Hey everyone, it's Mama Soul Doc Maya Alapin. I'm not a medical doctor. Who can become a hypnotist? Anyone can. Anyone who has the interest in doing so. So, as you guys know or may not know, I've been a real estate agent, I've been a university teacher, I've been a um, health consultant, I've helped people lose weight. Hypnosis is not something they tell you about, at graduate, whatever that thing's called, at counseling, that thing they send you to when you're in high school and junior high. They don't tell you, oh, hey, you can become a hypnotist, guidance counselor. That's what it is. No, they don't. And so I think it's something that many people evolve into and choose later. So, what kind of person chooses this? Well, it's somebody who realizes that there's something beyond the material, there's something beyond the mind. Obviously, I have this wall behind me of all this education I did because I was very interested in learning how to pursue the mind, how to get into the mind, how to use it. And then as I became experienced with that, what I found was many of these experts are not happy. They know about the mind, they know how to access the mind, but they don't have a practice, they don't have a felt sense of the mind, they don't feel a sense of joy. And so this led me to many curiosities about what else is possible. Of course, then I had my own challenges. I had to do my own series of therapies, and I found everything was taking a really long ass time. So then I started to understand that the mind is also capable of healing rapidly and permanently, but only if we use the same part of it that got into the problem to get out. So if we use the parts of the mind that created the problem, we can disentangle the problems quite easily. So the whole question of who can do this is, well, somebody who's curious about it, somebody who's open, somebody who's sensitive and intuitive, because we're going to be working with a level of reality that's not exactly as obvious as some of the reality that we're used to. And somebody with a heart for helping people, of course, and a heart for healing. Now, if you think, oh, well, I have all of that, but I don't want to be a hypnotist, maybe you can think about how to integrate hypnosis into your own work. Like I used to sell houses, I used to be a real estate agent. So I wish I had known hypnosis when I was selling real estate, because one of the very frustrating parts about being a hypnot or a salesperson, a home seller, is people don't tell you what they want. So what do you guys want? Oh, I'm not sure. We kind of, and then you go around and around, you can't get to it. Well, what if you could use the hypnosis to find out more and to create more trust and rapport with your clients? Then you would get to the truth faster, and to the sale faster, and to the closing faster. And that's true, I think, in all sales jobs, in all service professions. If you can engage with the mind and talk to the subconscious of your friends, clients, colleagues, people at work, people you manage, you can get a very much quicker resolution or result. I was at a networking event just a few days ago, and one of the women there was a philanthropy expert. Like, she was collecting money for hospitals and and she was telling me how frustrating it is that, you can't get people to spit out what they can really do. You can't get the answers from people. So I said, well, it would be interesting if you knew how to ask some hypnotic questions, because then you would get there a lot quicker. And her eyes lit up. She said, oh, wow, that would be so much easier than hobnobbing and, going to all kinds of events and parties that I don't really want to be at, listening to things I don't really want to be listening to. So, of course, work is work. We're going to have to do our work, but there are ways to learn to use the hypnotic conversation to get a quicker answer from the people you work with, your staff, people you manage, your family. So if you don't want to be a professional, but you're curious about the mind, you can by all means learn about it. I do not think that hypnosis is just for professionals. Perhaps the heavy lifting where we solve, serious problems is, because that takes time and focus. But the mind in general is such a very awesome and large place, so to speak. So it's very worthwhile to explore, especially your own and those of those around you, and make your life easier by using a skill or technique so that you can get all the things done that you need to get done faster and more efficiently and more fun too, I would say. So everyone can learn hypnosis for different things in different ways, and it doesn't have to be just one thing. Thanks for watching. This is Mama Soul Doc in Montreal, Quebec.